Alright guys, Gemini back with another video, and in this video today what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about what pro wrestling DVDs mean to me. And straight up, they mean everything. They mean respect, they mean tradition, they mean a hell of a fun hobby and a hell of a fun thing to collect, and a way for me to interact with other people here on YouTube, for me to see their DVDs, for you to see my DVDs, and for everyone to collaborate together. So last night I had a comment on one of my videos and it said, your channel's not growing because all you do is talk about pro wrestling DVDs and they're irrelevant now because of the WWE network. And to me that couldn't be further from the truth. Because they're not irrelevant to me. My pro wrestling DVDs are just as important to me now as they were the day I bought them. Pro wrestling DVDs will never stop being important to me, you know, because it represents so much more than just having a few matches on a disc. It represents a hobby. It represents a way for me to interact with other people. It represents something for me to talk about cool here on YouTube. It represents a big, you know, collection, a big hobby. You know, some people are going to think it's dumb. Some people are going to say it's irrelevant. But you know, when you pick up your DVDs and you get that feeling on the inside and it means a lot to you, that's not irrelevant. You know, it doesn't matter if it's Night of Champions 2011 or Backlash 2004. It doesn't really matter that it's on the WWE network, because it still can't replace that feeling of going to the store and buying it. So it's not irrelevant when you go and do something and it's legal and it makes you feel good because it's your hobby. That's not irrelevant at all. And that's what collecting pro wrestling, you know, DVDs means to me. It means fun. It means interaction. It means everything, you know. And that's where I'm coming from on collecting pro wrestling DVDs and what it means to me. You know, it's not just some BS gimmick. You know, collecting pro wrestling DVDs it's a way of life. You know, and there's a lot of us collectors on here, and I like to feel like I'm one of the representatives, you know, here on YouTube when it comes to collecting pro wrestling DVDs. You know, it's a great hobby. You know, it's a fun hobby. You know, do I have this? Do I have that? Do I have this? And it's cool now because you can get the DVDs for cheap. You don't have to pay a lot for them. You used to have to pay like upwards like what, 20, 25 bucks for a DVD. Now you get it for 10 bucks. Still get that rush on the inside. You know, still knowing that you get to add to your collection. And truth be told, you know, not everyone has a lot of WWE DVDs. So if you do, that's pretty special. If you have a hobby and you enjoy it so much that, you know, you blow it up to this, you know, that's a special thing that can't really be replaced, you know. So yeah, some people probably stop collecting pro wrestling DVDs, WWE DVDs, because they have them all on the WWE network. But until they stop making them, until WWE just stops making them, I'm going to still buy every single one of them. Whether it's a crappy pay-per-view or whether it's a John Morrison crappy DVD, I'm still going to buy it because the pro wrestling DVDs, WWE DVDs still mean something to me. They haven't lost meaning because you can see them another way. Straight up. They still mean a lot to me. And they always will, and they always have. And you can't replace that feeling you get when you go to a store and you buy it. Some people might see this on a shelf, you know, at the store, Walmart, whatever, and they might see that and they might walk right by it. But you know something? When I walk by it, you feel a little flutter in your heart. Your eyes, you know, instinctively go to that DVD. Straight up, it's like you walk by it, ooh, do I have it? You can't explain it, you can't write it down, you can't put logic on it, it's just something that's inherited. Sitting at a restaurant, somebody behind you starts talking about Hulk Hogan. What do? All of a sudden your conversation stops, all of a sudden your ear turns, and you want to hear what they're saying about Hulk Hogan. You can't explain being a wrestling fan to people, they'll never understand. You can't explain being a pro wrestling DVD collector to people. They'll always walk in your house and they'll always say the same thing, like, why do you have so many, and are those all the same thing? Yeah, they're the same thing. They're pro wrestling, you know, and it's just an instinct at this point. You know, it's a great hobby. You know, you have someone on the outside, they're never going to get it, but when you know, very similar to my friend The Wiz, you know, with his collection, you know, he gets it. And Kamala, he gets it. And people who like WWE DVDs, they just know what I'm talking about when it comes to that instinct. You know, you just happen to be in the store and you just happen to be walking by and you just happen to say, ooh. You know, it just happens. It's just instinct. You know you got that Paul Heyman DVD coming out on Tuesday. Gotta get it, and it's a big deal to you, so it's not irrelevant. And that's kind of, you know, what collecting pro wrestling DVDs mean to me. They mean a lot, you know, and you still get that little flutter in your heart when you know you're gonna go get that new DVD. It's so exciting to you when a lot of things aren't exciting in life. You know, you go to work and you work hard, and that's not fun. But you know, even as a 34-year-old man, you know, I still get that little flutter, because I know I'm about to do something that's really fun and really cool, just great. And collecting pro wrestling DVDs is great, and it can't really be replaced. I mean, you could buy a fucking, a boxing DVD or a golf DVD or some shit like that, or a baseball DVD. It's not the same, man. Collect pro wrestling, get the flutter in your heart. Can't explain it. Gemini, peace out. Excuse me. Alright, love you guys. I'm out.